My man Tony Jeter was one of the top fighters in Baltimore. Now he promoting, doing his thing. Best fights all over the city. Maryland Casino Live. Get down and lay down. You better come check it out.
Old trying to get back on the scene, yo, he gonna start like building narratives, like, you know what I mean, like, motherfucker hear about your fight, but it ain't gonna just be the fight, like, you'll be interviews and shit like that, like, cause niggas ain't on it like that.
24/7 shit.
Hi everybody, it's great to see everybody back again. We had a super successful show in August, and we just want to thank all the fighters for making weight, selling tickets, coming in on weight and stuff, because I know...
Man, Tony Jeter bring a superstar to the city. Joe Diaz, I seen him on TV. Then a few months later, I met him in Indio, California. Cool, humble, hardworking guy. But when he bringing these fighters to the show, they bring a heat. They bring a heat. I'll be scared to fight one of these dudes, man. Much respect, Joe Diaz. Let's get it.
He's wearing the Kronk colors from Detroit, Michigan. Made famous by Tommy Hearns and Emmanuel Stewart. He brings a very credible record, 35 victories, 14 defeats, 2 draws with 22 big KOs to his credit, having fought world champions Vivian Harris, Canelo Alvarez, and our very own Lamont Peterson. Hailing from Motown, the home of hits, and he's here to put on some hits of his own tonight. Boxing fans, please welcome the former WBC, USNBC welterweight champion, Leonardo Pain-Server Tyner. Fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, here's Raja Python Bhutia.
Hey, I got your number. I'm gonna give you a copy of this.
All right, man. Thank you.
Ice tray on flooded. Ice.
Rob. I got it right there. Go ahead. 133.2.
133.2. 135.6.
This is my ex-bar partner right here. Chasing his dreams. He been talking about this shit for a long, long time. I think he got a little nervous. But you know, if you think it's so easy, come down here, sign up. Sign up. Boom. Short and sweet.
Been fighting for 15 years, I said.
15 years?
Man was born fighting. Come out the afraid of throwing punches. Go ahead.
Brandon Brody Chambers.
You know, I don't know much about him. He's a tall, skinny fellow. I think he's from Puerto Rico, and so that's how it is. You know, he's gonna stand in front of us. We're gonna stand in front of him, and we're gonna do what we did. And,
Okay.
we intend to win. So that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't know we don't know the rest of the story when we get in front of him and start throwing them punches.
Okay. And this his first pro fight to the other guy?
No, that guy has had 4, so he has experience on us. But you know, sometimes experience is not everything. Sometimes it's good teaching, it's good practice, it's good work ethic, and all those things that come together and make a thing work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this a 4-round or a 6-rounder?
Well, it's a 4-round. It's a debut. This is debut. That's the same poster.
Yeah, I was saying.
That's his debut. So yeah.
So, what motivated you to want to do this?
Watching Mike Tyson as a child, man. Like, seeing him getting there, he gripping, crushing him, he was ferocious. That's probably my favorite fighter.
Mike Tyson?
I say it's kind of in the DNA of a human being to fight. We fight all day. We fight to feed our children, we fight to stay alive, we fight to keep the enemy up off of us and stay safe. Fighting is part of our DNA. Yeah, well, he's, because he believes in himself. He believes in the skills. He believes that he can be successful. When you have confidence in your skill and you know what you're doing, you don't have fear. Proper preparation eliminates fear. So, he's not afraid at all. Fear is not suited for a man. A man is not afraid. A man steps up and does what he has to do. A strategy, because when you stand in front of a guy, you don't want to stand out there without a clue. You want to say, okay, I'm telling you to do this to him, I'm telling you to do that to him. But we'll watch his reaction and see how he responds to this one and the other. And you're going to evaluate on the spot. As you evaluate on the spot, you're still going to apply the game plan that you applied previous. If you have to make adjustments, you go from plan A to plan B, or to plan C, whatever, your eyes and your sense and the sense of the game tells you to do. So that's how we can do it.
So how long you been boxing? How long you been coaching boxing?
Man, don't ask me that question like that, man. You know what I mean? Long time. That's just said long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't even. So long that I can't even. I don't even try to take it back. It's just, too. I was with Mr. Mac Lewis, the great Mr. Mac Lewis. That says it all right there. After you say Mr. Mac Lewis, if you know anything about boxing in this town, there's nothing else to say. Another Mac Lewis initiative right there.
Yes, sir.
If it ain't come to Mr. Mac Lewis, it ain't come at all. That's my position. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was the platform. He was the foundation.
All 3 judges are unanimous agreement. 38 to 38. This is a unanimous draw. Unanimous draw. A round of applause if you'd like to see a rematch. A round of applause. I'd like to see a rematch.
Whatever I do, I represent what he taught me and what I was able to develop on my own. Along with Brother Lou. Brother Lou has been a big inspiration, he's a teacher too. Brother Lou's a teacher too.
Here we go. Ready?
3, 2, 1. Jesse Nicklow, 39 pro bouts under your belt. Tell us about your journey as a professional boxer.
I don't want to be rude, but let me stop real quick.
What you got?
This will be my 41st pro fight. Nobody ever adds in my pro MMA fight, which I won by 2nd round knockout.
Just don't knock me out. I'm sorry, man. You're the man. You're the man.
You're good.
So, well, tell us about it.
About this fight?
What do you got coming up?
This tomorrow night. I got a big, strong opponent in front of me who's younger. Obviously, he's stated that. Faster than me, probably punches harder than me, but
he don't have the grit like I do. I know how to pull that dog out. You don't ever got to worry about me running or quitting. Everybody knows what they're getting when I come into the ring. I'm coming to the ring to fight, and just gonna let my hands go. So,
well, in all these bouts, what has been the biggest test you've ever faced?
To be honest with you, staying out of the bars. I love to drink, and for this fight, I completely dedicated myself to boxing. I got the call, I think, December 31st. Right down in there, I was like, you know what? It's happening.
Nice. I like that. That's a great answer. So, if you defeat Damon Nicholson, current WBC, US NBC super middleweight title champ, what will it mean for your career?
No, this fight's huge for both of us, really. I think this puts us in line for an intercontinental title shot, if not a title shot. We both have really good records. I just, I plan on winning this fight, and I think I'm going to win this fight. So what I think is going to happen for me after this fight, I think that back to the drawing board with Jake and Tony, and hopefully fight on the next one. But I would definitely like to fight shortly after this, maybe in like May. Because I mean, if I'm not training or I got something to look forward to, my mind wanders and I'm off doing shit that I should be doing. Well, you know what? I got a great boss. I do plumbing, and my boss, Dave's Plumbing, is the fucking best. He let me come off for this fight. He helped me, and he's the man right there. So anything y'all need with plumbing, where the guys for it.
Dave's Plumbing. Well, Jesse, all the champ, the best at it. I gotta start here. Where did the nickname come from?
My old coach gave it to me when I was 16 years old. Called me the best at it because I said I wanted to be the best. He said, well, you the best at it then. And I had it ever since.
Damn, you proved it here last summer. So I'm curious, who are some of the boxers you respect?
I respect guys like Earl Spence, Devontae Davis, Jared Hurd, it's a lot about it. Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko. A few of the bosses I respect, but I'm not real name it.
Nice, keeping it real for yourself, because you are the WBC, US NBC super middleweight title champ. 1 year alive last summer. How has that impacted you?
It's actually changed my entire life, my career. Everything is going upscale.
What's going on?
I'm meeting stars. It's everything, man. Instagram followers, Twitter followers, Facebook, everything is just rising.
So having some fun with it as well.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Beautiful. So if you win Maryland State super middleweight title, what's next?
Definitely a fight to put myself in a place to get the world title shot. Hopefully this summer. So it's going to happen soon. And then we bring world title fights here.
Champ, we can do this together. We love being a part of the team. Thank you for being back here.
Thank you.
Good getting.
You know, thank you so much.
Best at it.
Appreciate you.
I know y'all got a little personal bad blood between some of the corners.
I think it's the corners. I mean,
Yeah, you and him, y'all cool in the corners.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
That's not gonna get into your head no way.
Nah, man. I've been doing this forever. I mean, like, what are they gonna say to me? What are they gonna say, try to make me mad or do something? Ain't gonna. I'm showing up to do one thing.
Fight.
Whoop his ass. I don't care where he trains at. I don't care who his coaches are.
Tell the world where we is and who you at.
We at the Upton Boxing Center. I'm Coach Kenny. Mark Nicholson and Jesse Nicklow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm training. Upton is training DeMar Nicholson. So, you know our reputation here at Upton, right? We're going for them guts.
Yeah.
Only the strong survive.
Jesse, he a seasoned fighter though. He done fought.
Yeah, he been around for some years. Good guy. Tough.
How many rounds you went with Jermaine Taylor?
Eight. Yep.
Oh yeah.
8.
You got that world class experience, huh, man?
Yeah, but Jermaine Taylor wasn't the best fighter I fought. The best fighter I fought was
Derevchenko.
Derevchenko.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a bad boy, yo.
For real?
And I think Ryoda Morton, the dude from Japan, I think he was a really good boxer.
Okay.
And I think I fought Ron Garvin, he fought 2 back-to-back world championship fights for super middleweight title against Benavidez.
Yeah. So what's going on and why we here?
Man, what's good, man? Got my kid Demond Nicholson, super middleweight, fighting in the main event tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing now, managing.
Jesse been around for a while. He done fought some of the top dudes. What's your prediction for the fight?
Man, I respect Jesse. You know, he's a fighter. You know, he's very tough. He's fought some local guys, Fernando Guerrero. You know, but I just think that, you know, if you stay in the sport too long, these youngins gonna hurt you. And I believe I got a young dog on my hand with Demond Nicholson. I think he gonna hurt the kid, man. I don't want to see nobody get hurt in the sport, but I think if Jesse try to be tough in there, I think he gonna get hurt. Yeah, I really think. I don't want to see him get hurt, but Sean, I got a young dog up there, man, and he hungry. He got kids he got to feed. He hungry, man. He hungry.
I ain't worried about none of that. All I'm worried about is getting in the ring and letting my hands go.
My prediction in that fight, no disrespect, it won't go the distance.
Yeah.
No, it won't go the distance.
How many years you been boxing, Jesse?
Since I was 13 and I'm 32, so 7, 17, 18, 19 years.
19 years.
I've been pro now since I was 18, so what's that, 2, 10, what's that, 15 years? Yeah. Nah, it's 13 years. I've been pro 13 years.
Yeah.
Long time, yo. Shit, but
You took a little layoff, didn't you?
I didn't take a layoff. I can't see the mirror, yo. I can't see the mirror, yo. I'm ready to fight now.
He the bulldog. He come forward, you know, rock his head side to side a little bit.
Oh yeah, you know his style.
There's only one Mike Tyson. There's only one Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You know how that go.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Jesse though. Don't slide in this camera, man. Slide back. Slide back. We don't do no.
Alright, go ahead.
We don't do no
Just talk.
photo shoots here, man.
So I know this fight right here, it might be a little personal.
Every fight's personal, you know. I guess all I want to do is go out there and fight and let my hands talk for me.
Got your hands talk, huh, man?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Weighing in at 166.2. Cox and Trayvonte Speed Raw.
That's not the same one as they did.
Correction. Next up, Greg the Sharpshooter Outlaw Jr. going up against Ty Crawley Jr.
3-0-1 against Upton. I should be 4-0. I fought a 10-round draw with Julius Kennedy, but I whooped his ass.
Oh, and you fought Julius?
Yeah, they called it a draw.
And who else you fight?
Omar.
Oh, you fought Omar Sims?
3-piece or 2-piece.
Oh, I remember 3-piece died.
And then there was a couple other dudes. A dude named Omar. No, another
Omar
dude,
Sims.
No, another dude named Omar.
Yeah, I know, tall Omar.
No, another one. It was another short, stocky dude.
For real?
Yeah, he stopped boxing them.
Damn. Yeah. Was that amateur or pros?
Three of them were amateur and one of them was in a pro.
Damn, I didn't know you fought Julius.
3-0-1, I guess, up.
Already.
Maybe 4-0, yo. 4-0.
Them last couple fights, they was alright. But this right here, this shit personal. They got to a fist fight outside of the ring. So this shit personal. But they gonna put the gloves back on for this fight. And we gonna see what's going down.
Referee David Bradshaw. Introducing the principals. First, fighting out the blue corner, he's wearing the colors of our Maryland State flag. He weighed in a tough as they come, 166.2 pounds. In his outstanding ring career, he's reached the top of the profession, having fought televised bouts against Sergey Derevyanchenko, Fernando Guerrero, and world champion Jermaine Taylor. And with a victory tonight, he can quickly regain that lofty status. Boxing fans, please welcome Jesse, the Beast from Brothers Bay. He's wearing a black and gold coat. He weighed in at a top teaser, 168 He's an excellent professional warrior. 19 by knockout. Only 3 defeats with 1 draw, and he made history in this same ring last August when he hit on the first ever fight card here, televised on CBS Sports and promoted by Tony Driven Promotions, and which he captured a title back tonight. But deja vu all over again. Hail from Laurel, Maryland. Maryland State Pro Middleweight Championship.
There you go, come on. There you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's when you gotta keep going. What's up, champ?
Hey! You got the band on your boat?
When it come to going in depth with the fighters, I'm like my man Damon. I'm the best at it. Coach Kenny know. So we got the press conference and all the behind the scenes footage coming up now. What's up, Jesse? How you doing, man?
Boxing, baby. Got home with good punches.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you want to say anything?
Before Jesse, he was second guessing this.
Jesse, I told you in the way in, he wasn't going to feel a thing. That's
I don't think the mom was.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Damon, were you surprised when he raced at you in that first round?
He raced at me? You know what? I wasn't really, actually I thought he was gonna come a little bit quicker or harder, but one thing me and my coaches, we work on stepping to the side. So probably me stepping to the side, I didn't even realize he was raced at me, you know, but I wasn't surprised at that. I thought he was gonna come a lot harder, but you know.
Your plan was the jab, which is...
I had high expectations, put it like that, and you know.
But your jab was as good as it's been the last 5 or 6 fights.
Yes, sir.
And the body shots were Those were
tremendous.
all in the plan?
The jab was definitely always the plan. You know, my coach just preached that to me. As my coach Calvin always says, use my God-given talent. And that's one thing that I really wanted to focus on in this fight. And the body shots were a little bit different from what I normally throw. I was using my range, so that I think that helped a lot too. I've been learning a lot these past few months, man, and everything that I've been learning really showed up tonight. And no, he wasn't the shortest guy I ever fought. I fought one other person that was shorter than him. That was it.
When did you realize that you hurt him?
I heard my coach say 1-6, and when I hit him with the 1-6, it was like he couldn't really take it. So when after that, I just went to the body, seen he fell short a little bit. Went to the body, hit him with a couple punches. He didn't go anywhere, so I backed off, and then I just caught him with a hook, and it was over after that.
Was your plan to go get a knockout?
No. My coach Calvin always preaches it's not to get the knockout. The knockout is the plan to just beat him up every single round. That was the goal, and I guess my power, he just couldn't take it.
And the way you train now, is it totally different from
totally different?
Train?
Totally different. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Okay.
It's more strategic, more boxing, like old school boxing, but new school at the same time. It's tough. Everything is just so much better, man. You know, the way I train now, I've never trained before in my life. It's new to me, but it's benefiting me. Benefited a lot. You know, we don't train harder, we train smarter.
Thomas, I got a question for you. So after this, he was fighting for some banners under the WBC. Now he has this one. Basically, you could call it a tune-up fight, basically. Keep him active. So what's next for him?
Me, Damon, and the team has to sit back and analyze this fight and analyze his last 3 fights and try to go forward. Damon wants a title shot. I think we should have one more than a title shot. We're shooting at all the champions. I think he's earned it. It's all about what you do after your defeat and against Jesse. People were saying like his career was over and everything, but he showed them like I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm here to stay. And he's showing it with these thudding punches and that great jab when he's hitting these guys. He's hitting these guys like they're taking food off his table, which they're trying to do. So I think we're just going to go back, have a meeting and see what the next steps are. But it'll definitely be something bigger.
So it's going to try to get him in the top 15?
Of course, yes, of course. We're definitely going the WBC route. If you notice, we're going the WBC route. The WBC champion now is Anthony Durrell. We definitely think we could beat Anthony Durrell right now. But it's all about being strategic and being smart.
Yeah, since we're in the first quarter of the year, like maybe towards next year. The end of this year.
The fall of this year.
Okay.
The fall of this year. We're not in a race. It's a marathon.
Okay.
We're taking our time. If they called us for a title shot, of course we will field the offers and go over and what's the best for the team. But right now we're just thinking about what's best for Damon going forward.
Damon, Jesse was just up here and he was like, he fought at, light heavyweight a couple times. He said you hit harder than him. What's your response to that?
Yeah, man. I hear that a lot. That I hit harder than most fighters, but it's not that I hit harder than them. I know how to throw my punches correctly. I was taught to throw my punches correctly, and now that I'm training with my coach Calvin, my punches even more harder because I'm throwing them correctly, putting my weight on my punches and everything like that. So, yeah, man, I guess I'm just a kid with a lot of power, more power than I really realized I have.
Hey, Damon, I know your coaches.
Doing?
All right, I know your coaches pretty well.
Yeah.
And I know how demanding they can be. I know how tough they are. How's that transition to Upton boxing accelerated your career on the path that you wanted to go to?
Sure, as you can see, man, I'm sitting right here. This is my 3rd fight with them, and each fight has been a knockout. The first fight was a 6-round knockout. Second fight, 2nd-round knockout. 3rd fight, 1st-round knockout. So I haven't had a 1st-round knockout about 3 years. It's been about 3 years since I had a 1st-round knockout, and even a 2nd-round knockout. So man, the proof is in the pudding right there. Training coming over to Upton, has really transpired my career and uplifted me as a boxer. My management is good, my team is good, everything is good, and so I went to Upton not even a year ago. It will be a year in June, man. I'm looking better than I've ever looked in my whole entire career. So it's beneficial, definitely.
I agree. And of course, you mentioned Upton. I know how they have a winning culture there.
Yeah.
How has that fused you, looking at all the other champions in that gym? That's always important, to be around other champions and be around winners. You are who you are around. So that's definitely a beneficial thing too. Being around Gervonta Davis, Lorenzo Simpson, Malik Iceman Hawkins, Cassius Chaney, my man Kobe. What's Kobe last name? Kobe Madison. Being around nothing but winners. It's always extra motivation. And it's even motivation for me because I have young amateurs falling behind me, so that pushed me even harder. So man, it's a great thing, great feeling, and I'm just ready to keep on winning.
Thomas, how are you making that adjustment to managing? This is a new field for you, but how are you making that adjustment?
Honestly, it's very tough being a manager. It's easier for me because I made a lot of connections and a lot of things when I was in the ring, so it was a little bit easier. But it's definitely a tougher transition. But I know the business side of it, and I know to get DeMond's best value, and I think that's what's most important. But it's definitely tough. I'm dealing with different things now, being a manager, tickets, other stuff. We had a glove situation for this fight. I never had to deal with something like that before. Gloves, hand wraps, it's just always something. But we always give the guy whatever he wants. We just want to fight. Don't turn the fight off. Just give him whatever he wants. Let's do it. But at the same time, we got to look for DeMond's best interest, so he doesn't go in there and take a career-ending punch, headbutt, anything.
Coach Cal, what was it that you saw when DeMond came to your gym that you knew that you could pull out of him to make him a better fighter?
Well, when I was looking at the Jesse Nichols, man Kenny always sit down and study, just like my Bible right here. And DeMond was winning with the jab. He was winning with the jab. He was winning with the jab, and Kenny made a statement. He said, man, if DeMond come here, man, we gonna make wonders out of him. And normally when Kenny say something, it normally happens. And I be looking at him, I sit there and say, man, every time you say something out your mouth, man, it normally comes to existence. But I'm just thankful that his dad did bring it to him. And his dad was actually coming down and getting work with us and whatnot. And he came to me, and I said, we'll be more than welcome to be having. I told DeMond, I said, DeMond, you gotta do one thing for me. Your dad gotta be in the corner. I said, your dad, when I first met his father, he was at the Silver Gloves. And the Golden Gloves. I couldn't get in my room with the kids. And he let me stay in his room with my kids until a check cleared to put the kids in the room. And there was a perfect fit. So it was like DeMond was part of us already. And we've been together for years. So it fitted. It was a fit. I call him the warden there. Because it's to have an old head in there, with his experience, and he stay on him. So now I ain't got to worry about a fighter sneaking off, doing this, doing that. He's on point. You get what I'm saying? So, and Thomas, thank you. Listen, I said, just give me what I asked you for, and I'm going to make it happen. Kenny, thanks for being who you are. This my man, right here. DeMond.
He the Bible.
He the Bible. Every time he studies, he's in my ear. Coach me because he know I'm work hard. When I'm in there, it's like I'm fighting. It's like I'm fighting when I'm with the fighters. Yeah. Thank you. Great work today.
As a dad, how frustrating was you to know your son can fight, but he was never in that right situation to get where he is now? How frustrating was that for you?
Well, the fight game is rough. People make promises. They do all kind of cutthroat things or whatever. They pretty much stole my kid, and I had to fight to get him back, but he started seeing little things that I was telling him, and finally he made the decision to come back home. So I said, well, look, if we're going to continue to do this, we got to have professional people around him. So I called Calvin, because I know Calvin, and he always had respect for me. I had respect for him. And we gelled, you know, like we'd be in the gym. I might say something to Demond. Demond might mouth up. Calvin said, hold it, man. Check what you're saying. The man is telling you right. You understand? So we feed off of one another. And then Kenny, you know, I've been watching these guys. I watch these guys train and develop fighters. You know, people take fighters that's already been built and go do this, that, and the other. But these kids, these guys take kids that never had gloves on. Same as myself. So when you talk about building a fighter and being successful, like Tank, you know, he had him since he was a baby. Everything he learned with Calvin. So, you know, when somebody come and try to steal that kid, you know, it's like a knife being stuck in you. So I went through that for a couple of years. But now the butter's starting to rise to the top. And I'm so glad that, you know, we got this team here together. And we're gaining respect all throughout the fight community, you know. And that's what it's about, having fun and being successful.
Demond, last question from me. After all you've been through, how hungry are you to be an actual world champion?
Ah, man. Hey, you already said. I talk about it every day. You know, this has been my dream since I was 7 years old, to become a world champion, and to actually physically to feel it and to see it come into play is more than just a dream come true. You know, because it was reality for me, and to take the fall downs that I did and to still rise at the top I have a great story to tell soon, and you know, I just want to be motivation for the kids coming behind me to know that, you know, nothing is impossible. You know, I took 3 losses. My first loss, I got stopped. My second loss was controversial. My third loss, I got stopped again. You know, a lot of people said I quit in the fight. People thought I should have retired. But I bounced right back and won a little title here in my hometown. So, you know, I'm super hungry. I am beyond hungry. Like I'm more than hungry, you know. My dreams are right there. The winter world title, I'm right there. So now it's time to conquer those goals. It's time to lock in and get extremely focused and become a world champion. So to answer your question, I'm extremely hungry.
Hey, Demond, I got one last question for you.
Oh, yes, sir.
I consider myself like a junior boxing historian.
Okay.
So from guys like Sugar Ray Robinson,
yes, sir,
to Joe Louis,
yes, sir,
Jim Braddock,
yes,
all those
sir,
guys were considered gentlemen of the sport.
Yes, sir.
And I think you and guys like Swift Hurd are the guys in today's generation.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize.
Yes, sir.
That you guys put a smile on faces of us, you know, the people that cover you.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
I mean, if you have a role model in the sport that you can point to, the kids to point to, I think you and guys like Swift Hurd are today's
Thank you so much.
model, so I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's about how you raised. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I have a question for Coach Phil and Coach Kenny. It seems like you've built a culture in Baltimore, given all the other stuff that's going on in the community that people talk about on the radio daily about how so many negative things are going on, yet you seem to have this bright, shining spot in the city. So clearly it's more than just a culture. There's some secret sauce that's going on. What do you two attribute that to in terms of the success you've been able to have?
Well, when the kids come to the gym, the first thing they looking for is love, because a lot of them don't have their father figure or big brother figure, so that's the first thing I give them when they come in the door. And once you do that, they go all out for you. And some of them, they don't get the proper meals, and after they train, we feed them. And they just keep coming back, and we grow together.
Like Kenny said, it's about love, but it's relationships. Like you got to be in tune with your kids. You have to, and they look at us as uncles, fathers, mothers. And when you come to our gym, it's a family set. It's a family set, you know. And it's like one big community, to tell you the truth. And you know, we got dreams, you know, but at the same time, we have to look out for their best interests, you know. And people say, man, I see Coach Calvin at the amateur shows. You know what I'm saying? Because That's where the wholesome come from. That's where it all started. When you look at a kid eyes and he raised up, and you see when he don't get the nod, and you got to hug him and and teach him how you win, how you lose, but be there for him. And that's the thing that I love about this, and it's helping me to grow, to be a better person. And if I think we do a lot of that, everything will be real nice in boxing.
Well, I can tell you get emotional just talking about it. Clearly, your tears are welling up as you're talking before.
If you know the type of life that I live, they tears of happiness.
Well, you know, if the success continues that you're having with Damon, with Tank, with Truck Simpson, you know that there has to be serious conversation in the boxing community and among other pundits about you being a coach of the year, trainer of the year. In terms
but
of
I can't be that by myself because
that's true.
This guy right here, always there with me through thick and thin. And you gotta appreciate that when you got somebody beside you that walked through the fires with you. Thank you, Kenny.
Well, I appreciate it. That's what I had. But thank you guys so much, and we appreciate you and the job that you're doing as unity as well.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck to all.
Anybody else?
Thank you, everybody. Any more questions? Any more questions?
That's
How you
it.
doing, Corey? Good to see you.
That's it. You still living good, huh, man?
Boxing,
Yeah.
Just got caught with a good punch.
Fuck that fight. The ref called it too soon.
It was a little quick.
It is what it is, yo. I should have got caught. I got caught. He's just a better man tonight. Back to the drawing board. This ain't nothing new, baby. This is part of the game.
Yeah. You still got love though. That's cool. You got that lady on your side, living like a player.